Hello, my name is Alina. I hope you are doing well today, and in this video we will learn how to form comparative and superlative degrees of adjectives. And before we start, let's meet George. He is very young. He is only 3 years old. George has a baby sister who is even smaller. Her name is Betty, and she is only 11 months old. She is almost 2 years younger than George. Betty and George have a baby cousin. Her name is Lena, and she's only 1 month old. She is the youngest of all. Notice that when we compare two things, we add er to the adjective. When we want to describe something that has the highest degree of quality among 3 or more things, we use the superlative degree. To form the superlative degree, we add the definite article the before the adjective and add est to the adjective. Try to do this one. Can you form a comparative and superlative degree of cold? Pause the video if you need more time to think. And of course, it's colder. We add er to the adjective. What would be the superlative degree? The coldest. Notice that we add the definite article before the adjective. Easy, isn't it? So what would be the comparative degree of smart? Smarter. What can be smarter than a talking bird? A spelling bee. Can you form the superlative? And of course, it's the smartest. Notice once again the definite article the and est at the end of the adjective. When the adjective is short, we simply add er or the est to the adjective. But do we do the same if the adjective is long? Can we say comfortabler? What a mouthful! It is too hard to say. That's why if an adjective has 2 or more syllables, do not use er or est. Then what should we use? We use more plus adjective to compare two things. And we use the most plus adjective in the superlative degree. Can you form the comparative degree of difficult? It's a very long word. It has more than 2 syllables. More difficult. And what would be the superlative degree? Of course, the most difficult. Easy, isn't it? And how about famous? This word has 2 syllables. Famous. The majority of 2-syllable words form their comparative and superlative degrees with more and the most. So what is the comparative degree of famous? More famous. Can you form the superlative? Of course, it's the most famous. And here you have an example. Which fish is the most famous? The starfish. Of course, because it's the star. So when we want to compare two things, we use the comparative degree. If we have more than 2 things, a whole group of things, we use the superlative degree. If the adjective is short and has only 1 syllable, we add er to it in the comparative degree and est in the superlative degree. Some 2-syllable adjectives also use this pattern. However, the majority of 2-syllable adjectives or adjectives that have more than 2 syllables form their comparative degree with more plus adjective and superlative with the most plus adjective. We can also use less and the least. They are the opposites of more and the most. Now, some adjectives can be a little tricky when it comes to spelling. For example, try to form the comparative and the superlative degree of be. Since it is a very short 1-syllable word, we will use er and the est. But look what happens. We get bigger. The final G is doubled. This always happens when the word ends in consonant, vowel, consonant sequence. We double the final consonant in order to keep the pronunciation. Now, can you form the superlative form? The biggest. We will need to double the G once again because the pattern is still the same. Consonant, vowel, consonant. Now try this one. Once again, it's a short one-syllable word and we need to add ER and the EST. But like in the previous example, here we have a consonant followed by a vowel and another consonant. Here we need to double the T and we will get wetter. And here is a great example for you. What gets wetter the more it dries? A towel. Did you get it? And what will be the superlative degree? The wettest with double T once again. Adjectives ending in consonant, vowel, consonant are not the only adjectives with a little bit tricky spelling in comparative and superlative degrees. For example, take a look at easy. It is also a short adjective that forms its comparative and superlative forms with ER and the EST. Can you notice the pattern? For example, take a look at easy. It is also a short adjective that forms its comparative and superlative forms with ER and the EST. Take a look at the example. Why do birds fly south for the winter? It's easier than walking. What has changed in the comparative degree? Can you notice the pattern? The Y has changed to I. Can you form the superlative degree? How will you spell it? It will be the easiest with the I instead of Y at the end. And what about friendly? It is one of those two-syllable adjectives that form comparative degree with ER and the superlative degree with the EST. But be careful with the spelling. So what are the comparative and superlative degrees of friendly? You should get friendlier with I instead of Y, and the friendliest, once again with I instead of Y. And here is an example for you. What is the friendliest vegetable on earth? Sweet potato. Did you get it? It's sweet. One syllable and some two-syllable adjectives ending in E add only ER or ST. For example, look at safe. Can you form the superlative form? It's the safest without the final E. So we do not double the E, we add only one E. So remember that one syllable and some two-syllable adjectives ending in E add only R or ST in the comparative and the superlative degree. Adjectives ending in Y drop Y and add I before ER and the EST. Adjectives ending in consonant, vowel, consonant double the final consonant in the comparative and in the superlative degree. There are also several adjectives that form their comparative degrees differently. You need to memorize these forms. For example, good in its comparative form becomes better, and in the superlative it is the best. Bad also changes differently in the comparative and the superlative degree. Do you know its forms? Look at this example. What is worse than finding half a worm in your apple? Spitting the other half out. In the comparative form, the adjective bad becomes worse. And in the superlative, it becomes the worst. Far also has irregular comparative and superlative forms. There are several more adjectives in this group. For now, try to remember these three irregular forms, and we will learn more as we go. I hope you've learned a lot today. Now go to the virtual Sabana to complete some exercises and to improve your skills. And I'll see you soon. Bye bye.